Hey kids, welcome to the LLC. So, I hear that you guys are working on states of matter and chemical changes. So I thought I'd join in. Let's get started. So, first, let's review what you've been doing in class. We've talked about matter, and matter is made up of atoms. All the matter you see around you, yourself, books, tables, is all made up of atoms. In all matter, the atoms are really close together. They're squished together and they don't move around too much. And that is what all matter has in common. Now, let's talk about a liquid. A liquid is slightly different. The atoms that are in a liquid are a little further apart, and they can move around a little bit better. In a gas, the atoms are very far apart and can move around greatly. So just to be clear, the atoms that are inside of matter are close together and do not move around. The atoms that are in water are a little further apart and can move around a little bit, while the atoms in gases are very far apart and can move around greatly. So now it's time to do my favorite experiment that involves all three states of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. And we need to create a chemical reaction to get our gas. Now, it's too dangerous to do this at school. So we're gonna have to go to my secret lab. Let's go. Oh, okay, we're in my secret lab. Hey, do you guys want to do an experiment with us? Let's get to our experiment. So when we were looking at the states of matter, we had a solid and we had a liquid, but now we need to create our gas. And to create our gas, we're going to use baking soda and vinegar. And when you mix baking soda and vinegar together, it releases a gas called carbon dioxide. And we're going to put it in here, and the carbon dioxide is going to bubble up and it's going to sit inside the glass. Now, it's a gas that's heavier than the air around us. So that means it's not going to just float out of the glass. It's actually going to sit inside the glass. Once it's sitting in the glass, we are going to take that carbon dioxide glass and pour the gas, not any of the liquid or the powder, but the gas out over the candle. And if you know anything about fire, it needs oxygen to survive. But if we pour the gas over the candle, it's going to get rid of all the oxygen around the candle and snuff it out. So that way, you'll be able to see the effects of carbon dioxide gas pouring onto the candle. Now, you won't be able to actually see it, but you'll be able to see the reaction with the flame. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to move some of these over. I'm going to take my baking soda. Now I'm going to take my vinegar and combine it in with the baking soda, and you're going to see it foam up, and that's the chemical reaction. And that chemical reaction has a lot of bubbles, and you'll see those bubbles are releasing the carbon dioxide gas. Look at that. There we go. So all those bubbles are releasing carbon dioxide gas, and that carbon dioxide gas is sitting inside of here right now. We can't see it, but it's sitting in there. So watch what happens now. When I take this carbon dioxide gas and pour it out over the flame, I'm not going to pour any of that liquid out, just the gas. Here we go. The gas came out and smothered the candle. Now that we're done that experiment, let's take a look at what you guys are going to be doing. For your project, we're going to look at one state of matter, and that is liquid. Specifically, water in the form of liquid. Here in Canada, we tend to take access to clean water for granted, but that is not so across the world. Let's learn a little bit about this.
We'll be talking about UN Sustainable Development Goal number 6, which is all to do with ensuring world sanitation. Here's what we know. About 1.8 billion people worldwide consume a contaminated water supply, and about 2.4 billion people do not have access to simple hygiene facilities like bathrooms and showers. Also, about 1,000 children die daily because of totally avoidable, diarrhea-relevant diseases, which are due to lack of hygiene. Here's what the UN strives to do. By the year 2030, the UN would like to create reliable access to safe, affordable, and clean drinking water and adequate sanitation and hygiene facilities for all people. They would also like to preserve water-related ecosystems, including mountains, forests, wetlands, lakes, and rivers. Here are some things you can do to help. Try not to waste water in your daily life. Turn off the water as you brush your teeth. Take shorter showers. Make sure to also take good care of your water and use it effectively.
As we've just heard, millions of people around the world don't have access to clean water for cooking, cleaning, or drinking. The UN is a group that is trying to fix this problem by supplying materials and expertise to communities in need. The UN also educates people in wealthier nations, making them aware of this problem. The first step in solving a problem is recognizing there is one. Now you know. So let's see how you can make a difference. UN Sustainability Goal number 6, clean water and sanitation. Ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. This story is unfortunately all too common around the world. Mattia's story. Mattia and almost all the children in his neighborhood were sick. The adults were also experiencing some health issues. When they went to the nearest health center, doctors said that the cause of the health issue was probably the water, which is brought in a tank every 2 days. Since everyone had the same symptoms. In fact, the water was contaminated, and since few people had a gas stove, they could not boil before drinking or cooking with it. Now I want you to think, what are the most important things you use water for? What if you didn't have it? How could you make sure that all children and young people have access to safe water? One of the first steps in creating clean, safe drinking water is to take the dirt out of it. And that is what we are going to be learning and trying to do today. This is a basic filtration system. What they've done is they've taken a plastic bottle, they've cut the top off into a funnel and turned it upside down and put it back inside the bottle and taped it on. As you can see, at the bottle neck, where the cap would be, they have placed some type of material. The dirty water is poured at the top, and only clean water filters through to the bottle below, leaving all the dirt above and out of the water. Your goal is to recreate this filter system and experiment with different materials to see which material filters and cleans the water the best. Hint: the finer the material that you use, the more dirt particles you can take out. When you're done making your filtration system, try it out. You're going to have to make some dirty water, and then you're going to have to try and see how clean you can make it. If it doesn't work, or you want to make your water even cleaner, try changing the filter material. Once you have completed this project, you are to create a video of yourself using your filtration system, demonstrate and describe how the system works. You will also need to create a 2 to 5 paragraph write-up on any successes, failures, or wonderings you have about your experiment. And for those who like to challenge themselves, after you're done making this, how could you make another one, but this one will take the salt out of salt water? Please send your video and write-up to your teacher. Have fun and good luck!